It was a really good day for the Chicago Cubs organization, and they capped it off with a comeback W.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, alongside Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Two main things on today's show: Kyle Tucker and PCA named All-Star starters, and a full recap of Cubs Guardians. Due to the 4th of July, this will be our last show of the week. Though the big news we announced earlier this week is that Sam will be doing a watch-along at 1:20 Saturday, exclusively on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel, and he will be joined by Cubs pitcher Justin Steele. July 5th is also our 3-year anniversary of doing this show. More on that later. And as of this recording time, we are 50 subscribers away on YouTube from 15,000.
Anything else going on, or is that
Cubs
it?
defeated the Guardians 5-4 on Wednesday to lock up the series with one game to go. Sam will be there tomorrow. They are now 51-35 on the season. Cubs were down 3-0, but scored 2 in the third and 3 in the fourth. 2 big hits from Seiya in both of those innings. Shota Imanaga 5 in the third. Minimized the damage despite 3 solo home runs. Presley, Thielbar, Keller, and Palencia with some drama in the ninth there at the end. And Sam, it was a nice win to cap off what was really a big day for the organization.
Man, maybe if things continue to go well Sunday, I'll have Fergie Jenkins do a watch along with me. Yeah, I mean, so many things to talk about. Obviously, we'll get to the All-Star stuff in a bit. This was a really good day to be a Chicago Cub fan. Had a few people at this baseball game today texting me. The atmosphere, it felt amazing to be there. Tons of, just buzz in the air. And it didn't get off to a good start. Man, this pitching staff gives up a lot of home runs. It was a 3-0 game, and I thought the at-bats today, particularly against Bybee, were really good, just working counts. I mean, he threw 94, 96, something like that, pitches through 4 innings. And Seiya he's leading the league in RBIs. Yeah. He gets the double off the wall that was about an inch or two away from being a 3-run homer. Cubs waste an opportunity there. It was 3-2. They could have broke it open there. But the 5-hitter continues to be Ted Williams with nobody on base, and continues to be me with men on base. And, the big hit of the game, Seiya comes up again. Second and third, big spot, 2 outs. Off the bat, I kind of thought it was a harmless ground ball to short, if I'm being honest. And then it was just a little top spinner. He hit it hard, and it got past the glove of Rocchio. And then Pete fouls up with the triple, double, whatever it was scored. And it turned out to be enough. And, I talked about this yesterday, Matt, but and it was definitely a little wobbly today for the 8-9 guys, but they got the job done. But it's so nice. For so many years now, I would say like 7 years-ish, I've watched the back end of the Cubs bullpen, and I'll be texting with my cousin Scott or texting with my dad and go, why can't the Cubs find these guys, these random guys that throw 98, 99 and are super nasty all of a sudden? And now they got 2 of them that weren't really on anybody's radar that are the 8-9 guys that were able to get the job done. To be fair to Palencia, there was an error behind him. So that should be an unearned run tonight, I would imagine. So just an overall really good game. Anytime you're down 3, I don't care what point of the game it is, you come back and win. That's a really nice night.
It is, and I'm going to make a case later in the show why those 2 guys in the 8th and the 9th, especially really the 8th inning guy, just how many innings he's logged, but really Palencia too. Both Keller and Palencia, they could be all-stars in theory. There's going to be a few relievers. That's how the rosters work. Yeah. And if you break down the National League bullpen options, they're up there. So, it was two good Jed Hoyer acquisitions right there, and really the one Before that, Caleb Thielbar continues to do an
Oh,
outstanding job as well. And I thought Shota made a few big pitches in this game, despite the rockiness to begin the contest on just a beautiful evening Wednesday night at Wrigley Field. I thought he was working both sides of the plate pretty well. Velo was pretty sharp. He seems to really be with it, and really like he missed no time. And tonight was only his 10th outing of the season. Cubs are now 7-3 when he pitches this year, and 30-9 overall, spanning from the beginning of last year. Really nice. And I thought, even the missed opportunity there in the third to really build out a lead, which was disappointing in the moment, like the response the next frame from the top of the order, especially, and PCA getting excited there to end the inning, but continue to love his spirit.
I thought that was Barry's fault.
Yeah, well, Quentin Berry was making sure Seiya was going to score,
right?
Even though a ball in the corner with 2 outs, probably didn't need to give Seiya that much security.
Yeah, it was like he was walking him down there.
Yeah, he didn't need to go that far down the line, in my view. Can I say this as a former third base coach myself, former offensive coordinator for multiple high-level programs at the prep level? But yeah, he didn't slide, and he didn't slide because he had no information. So,
can I say, I just want to make this public. On a list of occupations out there, one of them I would not like to be would be a third base coach in the major leagues. Carry on.
Yeah, it could be a tough job at times.
Yeah.
Could be a tough job at times. Other highlights from this game for you?
I'll tell you, early in the game, ESPN had a rocky broadcast going. The camera, did you notice that? People on Twitter said that they noticed it.
Maybe slightly.
It was shaky. I was starting to get anxious.
Maybe very early in the game.
Yeah, like the first half inning or so or two, I thought I was
sure.
I thought something, I might have been overamped or something. I'm not
you were.
I'm not even joking, Matt. It was so shaky on my TV, and no one was responding to me on Twitter. I went up and just poured myself a glass of water. Maybe I was thinking I was maybe dehydrated or something. I just finished a workout, and I was like seeing stuff.
Yeah, because you don't really have much caffeine intake at this point, right? During a day.
I absolutely not.
So it wasn't that, certainly.
No.
Series finale on Thursday. It's going to be a 7:05 start amongst the fireworks outside in the multiple suburbs. Cade Horton and Luis Ortiz, the probable pitchers. Sam, you're going to be at this one.
Patience.
And how did the Cubs sweep this one?
Patience. Ortiz is a top 5 walk guy. I think he's walked about 42 guys in 80-something innings. He's walked a lot of guys. So, number one, patience. Number two, when he walks those guys, you got to punish it with clutch base hits. Wasn't an overly clutch day today outside of Pete's hit and Seiya. So, you're gonna have opportunities most likely with his control issues, and for Cade, bounce back opportunity. A lineup that's struggling. Guys like Santana right now seem like they're really locked in, but you're going to be able to flip him to the other side.
Yeah.
Little concern that Ramirez is over in this series. He's probably going to be due for one at some point, but maybe he'll wait. He'll get traded to Wrigley and come here and get some hits.
Oh my gosh.
I
could only dream, but boy, do they have a light lineup.
It is.
Wow. They really should sell.
Absolutely.
They really should.
Well, who's their third best hitter? Santana, I guess.
Yeah.
After Quan and Ramirez. That was a poor question. I didn't emphasize my point at all. All right.
Manzardo.
Right, but he doesn't play. I don't. Guys that don't play
Lane
every
Thomas.
day. Yeah, and those guys are platoon guys. You got to have some dudes that play every day.
Kyle Tucker and Crow-Armstrong have been playing every day for the Cubs this season. They were named NL All-Star starters on Wednesday. We get into the details next.
This episode is brought to you by Game time. We've all been there. Logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you could save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. And in addition to concert tickets, how about baseball tickets? I use Game Time. I'll be going to this baseball game Thursday night. Game Time, got myself a bleacher ticket, 2 bleacher tickets. And I used the Game Time, the code Locked On MLB, got a nice little discount. And it was so easy. Matt, it took me about, honestly, the whole process took me about 6 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. And now I have an opportunity to watch my baseball team sweep the Cleveland Guardians. So take the guesswork out of buying concert, show tickets, baseball tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON MLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guarantee.
Kyle Tucker and Crow-Armstrong were named All-Star starters on Wednesday. Very exciting news. 4th All-Star appearance for Tucker, 1st for PCA. First time since 1936, the Cubs have 2 starting outfielders in the Midsummer Classic. No trivia for you there, Sam, but I do have some later this segment.
Say that stat again.
First time since 1936, the Cubs have 2 starting outfielders in the All-Star game.
Wow.
But no trivia there, but I will get, I don't want you to name the players unless, I don't have it in front of me.
But, no, I'm not going to. I'm surprised. I just thought
fireworks go off outside of my place, but I will, that's a deep cut for people that have been with us a long time, but I will give you all-star trivia later this segment though.
That's fine. I would have thought, I guess 08, I thought Fukudome and somebody else. Soriano didn't start in 08?
I guess
according to your statistics, I guess not.
Well, 08, 08 Soriano did make it. You're right. Yeah. Your reaction when you saw, the graphic there on ESPN whittled down to Acuna, PCA, and Tucker?
Well, first of all, thanks to you for telling me that was on. I had no idea.
You're welcome.
I was really, really nervous about this. Seriously. I thought
because Acuna made he was the leading vote getter.
I just thought it wouldn't be the greatest look if Tucker didn't make the All-Star game in a walk year as a starter. I really thought we needed to get him in. We knew Pete was pretty much a lock with the way the votes were trending. And Cub fans, pat yourself on the back. That's a tremendous job because he beat out Juan Soto. I actually think Teoscar Hernandez actually got more votes than Soto when they posted it, if that's correct.
I think they had the same percentage.
Yeah, which is mind-boggling. But anyway,
a little bit, yeah.
Outstanding work by Cubs Nation. It's just a good look. It's just a good look.
Right.
You go out, you trade for a guy because we knew Pete was going to be there. We knew that with the way the votes were trending. It's just a good look when you trade for a guy like Kyle Tucker. He's having the exact year you expect him to have, and you are. When it comes to spending, maybe you don't spend like the biggest of markets, but when it comes to fandom, there's no bigger market, in my opinion, than Chicago and the Cubs. And I thought it was the right thing. Like, with all due respect to Carson Kelly, that wasn't the right thing.
Sure.
Will Smith deserves to be in. Kyle Tucker being in there was the right move. PCA being in there was the right move, and the Cubs did our job. We did our job. I thought we did a nice job promoting that aggressively. I think I tweeted about it 7 different times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
It was important. It was important to me that happened. It's a good look for the franchise to have that guy, both those guys starting, an honor. And I for the first time in a very long time, I cannot wait to watch the Midsummer Classic.
Yeah, I have a lot of good memories with that week, with the Derby on Monday, the game on Tuesday.
Seiya should do the Derby.
Wow, that's a nice pick. Yeah, he has a chance to be a reserve. I want to go over that in a minute. And I'm smiling from ear to ear because this is a point of proof that this team is one of the top 10 franchises in all of American sport. We talked about it in the offseason with Crown Jewel franchises. Bill Simmons did that exercise on his show on The Ringer. We leapfrogged off that. And I really believe it. It's a global brand. There's Cubs stuff everywhere. It's not, it transcends generations, and it means a lot to a lot of people. And there's strength in numbers. And when the ball glances off the shortstop's mitt tonight on that Seiya ground ball and the place just lights up, that's special. And it's a ground ball up the middle. But that's the kind of vibe that is being taken place right now. And there's a possible specialness to this year. And this All-Star game thing is more reason why. And the reserves are going to be announced 4 p.m. Central Sunday. And
right before we play again, by the way.
Yeah. And remember, it's the roster that's announced on Sunday is like a first draft of like a paper in school. Yeah. There's going to be a ton of replacements named throughout next week as well.
Tons.
There was 77 All-Stars last year. That's literally 10% of the sport.
And can I just cut you off for a sec? That's too many.
So because of that, though, I believe the Cubs could have 8 All-Stars, definitely 7.
77?
Yes. I think Boyd and Seiya are the clear candidates.
Sure.
The next tier is Horner and Bush, outside chance, Kelly and Keller, who has allowed 1 earned run in his last 30 innings.
Yeah, I really am not a all-star game expert. I don't know how in-depth they get with the relievers. Like, I know the big closers make it. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like would Brad
three reliever spots.
Okay,
per team.
So I'm just trying to think like who's a lock. I would have to do some homework. Like Edwin Diaz,
Randy Rodriguez.
Who?
Randy Rodriguez from the Giants has a 0-something ERA in like 40 innings.
All right.
Just telling you.
Edwin Diaz, is he having a good year?
Probably. Yeah, he'll probably make it.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But I definitely think Keller's a candidate. And if Boyd doesn't get in, I want you to listen to me. If Boyd doesn't get in,
Robert Suarez will probably get in too.
Yeah, I saw he was having a huge year, and then he had one crazy bad outing recently.
Right.
If Boyd doesn't get in, I will have a rant on here. Because he is having a year. How many starters get in? You know that?
Well, now I'm seeing, Sam, that it's okay. I have it right here.
Okay.
12 pitchers.
Yep.
It's a flat 12, and at least 3 of the 12 have to be relievers, but it could be more than 3.
Matthew Boyd's been a top 10 starter in the National League this year. If Cy Young voting started,
I think he'll be an all-star, but maybe not on Sunday night.
If Cy Young voting started today,
he'll be a replacement.
I think he'd finish in the top 10.
Absolutely.
I know Gore's having a great year. You got to remember, Senga was having a great year. He's hurt. Peterson's really slipped for the Mets. Peralta's having a great year, but if you actually dig into it, it's not that. It's really very similar to Boyd with Milwaukee. Hunter Green spent some time on the injured list. I think that has to count.
Paul Skeens is going to be on there.
Skeens is a lock, obviously.
Mackenzie Gore is a lock.
Yeah.
Probably both Giant starters, Webb and Ray.
Positive.
Yeah. And probably Peralta. You already said him. And then I think
like a Wheeler.
You're not going to like this. What?
Like a Wheeler? Is he in there?
Yeah. And then Yamamoto.
Oh, he's a lock.
Yeah.
I think Boyd's going to make it.
I think he'll eventually make it. Yes.
So you're really stern on him being a replacement.
Although he pitches Oh, never mind. This is the All-Star game's not next week.
Yeah,
Never mind.
But even so, you
Right.
still get even though he might not pitch, he still gets the honor, even if he throws the Sunday.
Yes.
But plenty of guys
Totally.
throw the Sunday before. You're still an all-star. You just, as you would say, you go there in your gym shoes and relax.
Absolutely. All-Star game, Tuesday, July 15th, Truist Park in Atlanta. 2016, Sam, Cubs had 7 All-Stars. 2008, they had 8. And do you want to give this a shot?
Oh, we're doing that. Sure, yeah. 08, Kosuke,
Right.
Soriano, we already said.
Yep.
Aramis.
That's right.
That's 3. Dempster.
Correct.
Zambrano.
Correct.
Didn't Kerry Wood make it that year as a reliever?
Yes, he did. Out of the bullpen.
Derek Lee.
No,
he didn't make it. Sorry about that. How many is how Soto?
2 more. Soto is correct.
And then Soriano, I said.
Bullpen.
Marmol.
Okay, that's the 8 from 08. Easy number to remember. How about the 7 from 16?
Bryant, Rizzo.
That's right.
Those guys seem to be pretty popular names. Lester.
Yes.
I know Hendricks didn't make it. Did Arrieta get in?
Yes,
no?
He did.
Okay, because they should have rewarded him for the second
Only
half.
3
of 15.
left.
Who haven't I said yet? Contreras?
No.
That was a terrible guess. He barely made his debut. Yeah. Fowler. Fowler?
He did, yeah. He made it.
I don't even remember him making it that year. And then Zobrist?
Zobrist made it. One more position player.
Javi?
No. Not that year.
Russell.
But Javi Baez, all-star starter this year. Pretty wild.
I think Javi probably has made the All-Star game. He might have made it, and he's starting because I know one year
is number 3 or 4 for him.
And I think he started at short one year. He may have started at second another year, and now he's starting in center. It's got to be the first guy to do that.
That sounds right.
It's got to be the first guy to do that.
Well, and he started like his resurgence in center for the Tigers this year, but since the Cubs, right around the same time the Cubs played the Tigers, he moves around everywhere again.
And you know a huge reason he made it, right? He had 2 fan bases voting for him. You know, tons of Cubs fans were slotting in Javi.
Yeah.
Tons.
Boy, are the Tigers good.
Yeah, they're a good team. Maybe we'll see them.
Wow.
Maybe we'll see them again.
All right, last show of the week. So we're going to preview Cubs Cardinals and dip into our 3rd anniversary of doing this very program. Stay tuned. Today's episode is brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House, whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled pros are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks of a button. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. Supplyhouse.com/TM. SH5 for 5% off your first order over at supplyhouse.com. Cubs Cardinals this weekend, 1:20 Friday on Apple TV Plus, 1:20 Saturday on Marquee. Or you could watch the game with Sam and Justin Steele on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. And 5:10, unique start time.
It's terrible sun time. Terrible.
Sunday again on ESPN.
Shadows, sun, going to be a whole problem.
Ray and Michaelis, Tyone, Liberatore, Boyd, Fetty. Cardinals got swept by the Pirates and are now firmly in third place in the NL Central. Thoughts on this series?
You said it was Ray, Michaelis.
Yes.
Liberatore. I'm just trying to think of how I want to view these series. Liberatore
and Tyone
and Tyone. Okay, yeah. That doesn't really feel like a huge lean either way.
Yeah, I'd like to see Wick Saturday, Tyone Sunday, Boyd leading off that Twin series next week.
Oh, really?
Sure.
I'd like to see Boyd pitch against the Cardinals. I think it's a good matchup.
Okay.
I'd like to see that. This is an opportunity for the Cubs to really kind of put the Cardinals where they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Which is not a contending ball club. And, I believe they got shut out all 3 games in that Pittsburgh series, which is quite unbelievable.
Yeah.
To me, what stands out about these matchups is Saturday's game. Can you hit a left-hander?
Absolutely.
Can you get going against the lefty? And then the one thing I'm going to say.
And don't buy into Michaelis's antics Friday.
Don't. Thank you. You took the words right out of.
Oh, that was what you were going to do?
Exactly what I was going to say. Because last time we faced this ball club, Contreras had a little temper tantrum, and he apologized after. And if you remember 2 years ago, speaking of our guest on Saturday, he was on the mound during that game, shut out the Cardinals. Ian Happ hit Wilson Contreras with an accidental backswing, and Mr. Michaelis just blatantly threw at Ian Happ. It was blatant. Got tossed. Got tossed. By the way, that was kind of when the season was really turning around for the Cubs.
Yeah, absolutely. That series. Yeah.
And so just don't buy into that. Lock in. Make sure you get a good umpire. Talk to him before the game. Hey, don't give him 6 inches off the outside to righties, because that's the only way Michaelis will be successful is if he's getting that call. Otherwise, this lineup should shell him. Shell him.
They really should, yeah.
Don't. 6 inches, and then he starts buying into the calls. The umps start doing. Then you're in trouble. And then I think Boyd and Fetty's really been struggling.
He has lately, yeah.
So good opportunity to really distance yourself from your arch rival.
Yes, and I will be keeping tabs on the Brewers this weekend as well.
Who do they play?
And the Brewers complete their series in Queens with the Mets, and then they traveled to South Florida, Sam, to play the Marlins.
Who have been hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marlins and Pirates, hottest teams in baseball right now.
Marlins have one of the hottest pitchers in baseball by the name of Edward Cabrera.
Absolutely. And Kyle Stowers, this guy, is hitting a lot of
home runs. I think Stowers will probably hear his name called Sunday for the ASG.
Oh, good call.
The Marlins rep.
Oh, great call.
Yeah.
Great call.
Yeah, he looked really solid.
I'm excited. I like some of these teams that aren't that good, like the Marlins and Pirates and Nationals, but I enjoy watching some of these teams. Baseball's in a good place right now.
It is. And thankful for baseball right now. Thankful to have been doing this show 3 years, as we recorded our first episode on the 4th of July in 2022. That episode was published the next day on the 5th.
Remember it so well.
So 3-year anniversary of that. And Sam and I started podcasting together in August of 20. So our 5-year anniversary is soon for that too. It's been quite a ride.
Well, we have more anniversaries than people in relationships.
Right. We are a married couple in this medium for sure.
I remember our first day recording so vividly. I had some leftover Taco Bell, and we were getting ready to record.
Quite the 4th of July meal.
Yeah, and we were getting ready to record, and we were just so concerned over the
Cubs Brewers game
and the logistics of it. Like, I just remember, like, wait, was my mic on? Did we have that working? Right. And replayed it and just uploading for the first time. It was a whole thing, and it's been fun, and we're getting a tremendous reward to be able to do a show this week announcing 2 all-star starters, our teams in first place, and one of the aces of the team, unfortunately not being able to play, is going to be on the program on the day of our 3-year anniversary to talk Cubs, Cards, Libertor, and JMO.
Unbelievable. Well, it's been fun,
hopefully
Sam.
JMO can keep it in the park.
It's been fun, Sam, and let's keep it rolling.
Please, let's keep it rolling and not rolling down Kenmore Ave on a Nolan Gorman home run. Please. Please execute up in the count Saturday. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of Justin Steele.
Oh, it's classic. This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB game.
I'm going to walk off if that happens, and he's going to not know
every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, Sam and Justin Steele on Saturday, and we'll be back after Cubs Cardinals on Sunday. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.